everybody, this is Danielle Gully, and this is the entire Focus Kids team. This is a behind-the-scenes sneak peek at everything that we have to go through in order to accomplish the Focus Kids episode that you guys see. So in doing these episodes and seeing the response from different children, even adults, do you feel like with the subject matter, do you feel like we've really tried to tackle good subjects that youth can identify with?
Mm-hmm. I say youth and adults. Sometimes you forget stealing is wrong. To wash your hands. Yes.
I can say being an assistant principal of an elementary school, I definitely had my students watch a couple of our episodes and they have absolutely loved it. They've taken some of the lessons, they've taken some of the songs, I've heard them singing them as they're running around playing and stuff, and so it's been really cool to see how it's adaptable whether you're a part of the church or not, whether you're at school or not, whether you're at home. It really is good for life in general.
Well, every time my kids get into fights, Aubrey starts singing, "Don't be a bully, be kind, don't be a bully, be a friend of mine."
Yeah.
And bam, we sing "Go Pee Pee in the Party." And Drake's in the background, he got his woo. That's Drake. He holds it down.
Was it difficult to write the script?
What was interesting is like writing the story in the script was really easy. Writing the script, writing the interactions, writing and trying to make it like authentic to who the characters were. That was the more challenging piece for me. What about you?
At first, yeah, but then after seeing how everybody kind of like portrays them, like, oh, I know Ollie's gonna make this funny, so let me go ahead and say it like this, and she's gonna understand that. Frankie's gonna be like, you can say more than just the sun. Like, you get what I'm saying. That before I was like, oh, they gonna really get what I'm saying. You know, I'm gonna go with it. Like he said, just go with it. Say no.
Yeah.
You only wrote one, didn't you?
Yes. The reason why I stopped at one. Yeah, it was tough. I wrote, but I had the idea was epic. My computer said it was double spaced and it was 6 pages. What was the requirement?
10
pages. It was 10 pages. By the time I sent it over, it was only like 2 pages.
So every episode is at least 10 pages.
Correct.
And he said 2, like, I'm finished. It was like,
it was.
Sir, we're saying 1 minute.
Right. It was. I was calling her and I was like, okay, what do I talk about? And then another friend that writes called her and I was like, what do I do? And then I'm watching cartoons, but I don't know what cartoons kids watch now. And so, yeah. And then I got in this binge watching spree of Rugrats and forgot to write. And so it was.
Rich.
Gotta take responsibility.
Yes.
Right.
So I know that it was, we always try to incorporate a spiritual aspect to the show, but not overdo it, because we understand that we're dealing with children and we want to be able to reach them where they are and give them life lessons. But we had a few episodes that really specifically talked about that, like God I'm Thankful For, which was about prayer. And then we also did one about the resurrection. So how do you think the kids responded to that?
Well, I will say that I think the prayer one went over fairly well. If nothing else, because of the song I'm Thankful For. All of my coworkers whose children watched it, my nieces and my nephews, that's the song. Like when they watched the final episode and they sang that song, my nephew said, "Oh, they didn't ask me what I'm thankful for." It's like in the episode, you know, it's like, "What are you thankful for?" And then they pause and wait. And so he was waiting for his turn to say what he was thankful for. And he was like, "Oh, they didn't ask me what I'm thankful for."
God, I'm thankful for God.
thankful for? God, I'm thankful for. Hey, what are you thankful for? My friends. Alright, thank you.
That's cool. At least we know that they can identify with some part of it to be able to say, you know, when they're eating or when they have some new clothes or something, to say, you know what, God, I'm just thankful. And that it can be that simple. And it's interesting because even with adults, and I think our pastor talked about it recently about prayer and how it's been over dramatized, you know, with all of the special words and how you deliver it versus just having a conversation with God. And I think maybe that episode, even with that song, teaches our children that you can just, something as simple as God, thank you, is powerful. When we first did it, I know we've gone through many layers and levels to Focus Kids. So the process, how has this process been from day one?
This process, from day one.
Uh-oh.
It's just been something. You know how it's like, no, it's just a bunch of little pieces, but no piece is difficult in itself. It's just the fact that there's so many working parts and you have to pay attention to all of them to get it done.
It's tedious.
Yeah.
Or not realizing that they're necessary until they're not there.
Yeah.
So like seeing that because when we're interacting, because one of the first iterations of us recording voiceovers, we were together.
Oh my gosh.
And so that was painful. So
That was probably our biggest mistake. And it's like you said, not for a bad reason. It's because of our chemistry. We could not get through.
It took us hours.
Episode.
Hours.
Because we would just be laughing at each other, and we could not get through a 10-minute episode in an hour.
In 2 hours.
right.
You just stop showing up.
Lord, you just get beat up for that.
My attendance is all right. I always felt bad too because once we did all that laughing and barely getting through it, and it's like, whew, that was tough. See y'all later. And then Karen's like, I still have to edit this.
Yeah.
I think when we added the element of the music, it definitely took the show to another level. Like the depth of it, right? It was definitely more relatable and like engaging than before when it was just like,
Yeah.
somebody else is talking now.
Yeah.
So I know that you guys get an opportunity to hear all of that amazing underscore music during the show. Sometimes it brightens the mood. Sometimes it gives this little element of mystery, like it did when Umar was stealing.
Hey Umar, where are you going?
And we really want to thank our music director on this, Daryl McEachin, who gets the episodes and think about everything that we're doing and put music to it. So that underscore matters. It does.
That's what
I hear it though.
That's what friends are for. He was like, I don't know what key this is. I'm just going to hit all of them. That's what friends are for. Yeah. So let's tell the audience what they have to look forward to with season 2 as we conclude season 2 going into 2022. Wow. What's going to happen with this dynamic of the friendships?
Umar isn't the only one who's growing up and making choices and making decisions, some for better, some for worse. So that's something that's brand new this season.
Chloe gets to hang out with the big kids a lot more now. She can play I Spy.
I have learned the error of my ways. I repeat them. I'm learning. Or he is learning.
So he has not learned.
Right. He's emerging.
Yeah.
Sadie, I don't know.
She's getting in trouble lately.
Just that one time. It was her pup's fault. It was her pup's fault.
It was just the one pup, though,
Taking.
right?
It was her pup fault.
It was her pup's fault.
Her one pup.
Yeah, and my mom got mad at me, but it wasn't my fault. It was my pup's fault.
Yeah, it was your pup fault.
See?
Ollie just seems to be a know-it-all this season.
does.
Ooh. Oh, everybody said I didn't write it.
No, you're right.
I did not write it.
No, but I'm writing it according to how you're playing him, and you're playing him like a know-it-all.
Oh,
So his responses has to be like, no, go back home to your mama.
I think
That
he's quite funny. But he is going to get in trouble because his Achilles heel is food. And so much like myself. I mean, he loves food. So I think everybody, there's something in your life that is going to be that thorn in your flesh, and food is his. So, as they're developing their friendships and really showing that scripture that iron sharpens iron. They talk about this all the time in their friendships. And I think that's just so cool about all of our characters. I love Maestro. He will resurface again, played by our good friend and amazing person, Maurice Irons. He kills it.
Yes.
And so we're excited to bring Maestro back this season. And of course, Miss Ruby is always there. So, man, we're happy and honored that our pastor saw fit to even have the mindset to want a youth-friendly puppet show, something that young people can learn from, and not just people in our church, but people all over the world. And I think that's been one of the exciting times, one of the exciting moments for us as we continue to process through this whole Focus Kid world journey. It is definitely a journey.
It is.
When we're in Focus HQ. When we're in the headquarters. So we hope that you all have been enjoying it. We want you to share it with other people. We hope that you get these dynamic messages that we have. The songs are individually uploaded on our YouTube channel. Go to our YouTube channel and subscribe. Have the kiddos singing these songs. Learn them, because they can apply them to their lives every single day. But make sure you tune in with us every Saturday morning at 9 o'clock for Focus Kids. And we are just happy to be on the Focus Kids team. Yeah. So, I got anything you want to sign out with?
Hit it, Maestro. I gotta go pee pee in the bathroom.
1, 2, ready, let's jump, let's jump, let's jump, let's jump, let's jump and spin around.